Right, so we're going to look at now at shading, first of all, the cylinder. So again, point of light up here, same corner, darkest down here in the opposite corner, gradually getting light across. So once again, I am just going to go diagonally to plot those shades in. So dark, and again, I'm not being very neat about this at this stage, into a medium, and then gradually starting to get lighter as I come up. Right, now because we're shading a cylinder this time and our tone is going to curve, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shading that corner, but as I come round, I'm going to shade with curved lines. So I'm following the shape of that bottom edge and I'm curving my shading round. So it's very dark over in this corner, but then as I go around to this corner, I'm bringing it into that medium tone. And then I'm going to continue up, still curving my shading, getting lighter. Just trying to make sure that I don't leave any of those white gaps. I will go over it again anyway, but just to make sure. And if you don't shade in this curve and you shade flat instead, you will end up making your form look more flat, which is what we're trying to avoid. We do want it to look 3D. We do want it to look curved. So it's really important to shade in this way. I am changing direction at the edge, but that's just because I don't want to go too far out of that edge. I want to keep it nice and smooth. And again, we're getting lighter now as we come up towards the top. Up here. And again, I'm just going to lightly shade along that straight edge to cover up any white gaps. But again, just always making sure I go back in with my curvy shading to make sure it looks 3D. And then up this side, because this is further away from the light, it's going to be slightly darker over this side, so I can add that in, and then again go in with my curvy shading. Make sure that's all blending back in, varying my pressure to get it to blend, pushing harder towards the bottom. Just working back over each time to try and get it to blend in. I'm going to go up to the top with my curvy shading. So you've got to understand that I'm working around a camera here as well, so it's a bit hard. I don't want to lean right across it so you can't see what I'm doing. And there we go. That's the side of our cylinder shaded in with curvy shading. And like I say, if you've got any gaps in yours, you can go over in different directions just to make sure it's all blending. But like I say, just try to make sure that you can still see that you have shaded around the curve to give it that 3D form. So when we go and shade the top, this is going to be flat. So we're going to have our medium tone over here, and we're going to come across and we're going to get lighter at the other side, just like that. So again, because we've got a curve here, I'm just going to use that line along the edge. I'm going to come over and I'm just going to curve my shading around the edge, and I'm just going to define that edge a little bit more there because I've kind of lost it in my shading. And then that is my cylinder shaded. It just leaves me with the little task. Again, big black line underneath and slightly around the edge at the bottom of my shape. I'm going to come across, shade out diagonally, getting really light as it comes away, darker towards the object. And then just blend out. Just like that. And that is our cylinder